Interprofessional collaboration is very vital and important in my opinion because you're so limited to your own perspective, and to have more than one perspective of professionals or careers or just people in general, it grants you such a better perspective and understanding of what someone else's job provides your job. Because if you always look at it from your own perspective, you're just so narrow, but if you look at it with other open minds, it brings together a whole melting pot of understanding and knowledge that you just can't get anywhere else.
Interprofessional collaboration and communication is super important because you can kind of cross goals over into one discipline to the other. Like for example with OT, one of the things that they're working on is having the child sit up straight and help strengthen those muscles and ligaments involved in the way she sits. So then if I'm working with that child in speech, now I have that goal in mind, so I'm going to make sure that whatever activity we're doing, that she's sitting up straight and she's sitting the way that she's supposed to do. So crossing over between each discipline helps the child become even more successful and generalize the skills that they're learning from one professional across all disciplines.
It was interesting to see how confused we all still were about what each other does, but when we collaborated, she was looking at the same activities that I was looking at, but looking for totally different things. So for example, when I can tell from the developmental milestones when a baby should walk, and when they should be crawling, when they can pull to stand. But she was able to tell me the exact how she was crawling and how she was starting to walk, like the exact names for that. But when it came to sensory, I was able to explain how she was sensory seeking or tactilely defensive, and it was a really great experience.
Interprofessional collaboration and communication important. It's just, you know, everyone has their niche, but in the grand scheme of things, we all come together. So it's kind of seeing how we fit to give that, you know, our clients, our patients, the best care possible. Just, you know, make them as comfortable as possible.
I sat with some millennials, and I sat with some Generation Z, and they are very responsible young people. They are going to make a difference in the world. They're loving, they're kind, and they're concerned about the way we're living today, and they're concerned about other people and how they can have a good effect on them.
I think it was very important that each of the girls at our table explained, you know, what they were going to do professionally, and then we were able to share some experiences and, you know, how those careers have, you know, interacted with us over the years as they were explaining what they do, as opposed to some experiences my wife had, you know, with occupational therapy and rehabilitation.
Academically, I learned a lot about what other professions did and how we kind of mix and work together to provide care for the patient. Healthcare is now moving towards a way where professions kind of have to work together to provide care for the entire person. The days of seeing a specialist or seeing a sole person to provide care for you is no more. It's pretty much gone. And what one person can do well, it can be done better when a lot of people work together and collaborate.